Welcome back to more Divinity Original Sin. I'm -0. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing all right. Well, last video was a little bit rough. We're here in this tomb. We're doing the trial, the initiation for the Immaculates, and we're just too under-leveled for it. We are level 10. I'm at the auto save from last time. If we go up here, we talk to Loic, we're fighting level 13 people. We just can't do it. So we're going to leave. We're actually going to go back to the cabin of the White Witch. Now, I have, unfortunately, had to go online because I missed something really important. There are, I don't know if these are them, these are named mushrooms. And we can talk to them. I don't know if that's the only one, but we're going to talk. There's some gold here, too, that I never picked up. Take it. So let's talk.
Are you so desperate for company?
And we'll see if we can get into this cabin, because that's why we originally came here.
We're glad to hear it.
A talking mushroom, now I've seen everything.
Oh, somehow we doubt that very much. Have you ever seen the Moth King's silver spoon? Nearly microscopic. No, Source Hunter. We do believe this life hasn't finished surprising you. Not in the least.
Now, I'm a little upset by this, because we haven't really had... I mean, we had a talking wishing well. That's true. We've talked to animals all the time. I always try to talk to the animals, just in case there's important information. But this is really easy to miss. And I struggled for maybe the last 2 or 3 videos, basically the last 2 hours, because I missed this talking mushroom. That's a little frustrating, but let's just move on. Thank you, Internet, for helping me with this. What do you know about this barrier?
It's quite a lovely sort of barrier, isn't it? Who doesn't enjoy a gentle, breezy motion against one's backside after all? Then again, we suspect it's been hoisted up by some not-so-savoury characters, and we happen to know just how to remove it. The only trouble is finding the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person to entrust such a secret to.
Oh, we are the right sort of clever, for sure.
Here's what we propose. We've a fresh batch of 3 brain teasers hot off our thinking caps. Perhaps, if you can answer them correctly, we might find you spirited enough to entrust with the barrier's deepest, darkest secrets. But it isn't all fun and games. We hardly offer second chances to the beriddled. If you give us a single false answer, we'll clam up like morning glories at midnight. So, do you have what it takes?
I'm up to the challenge.
This is better news than the Orc Queen misplacing her thumbscrew. But enough delays. Let us begin. Your first riddle begins thus. The ravenous brute tore down my chartreuse gown, ripped out my silken hair by its roots, wrenched my children from me, and fed me to the hogs. Who am I?
The ravenous brute tore down my chartreuse gown. Is chartreuse a color? I don't know. Ripped out my silken hair by its roots and wrenched my children from me and fed me to the hogs. Who am I? I wonder, if I hit continue, will I be able to come back to this? I want to see what the possible answers are. Ravenous brute. I don't know if that's important. Chartreuse gown. Don't know what that means. Silken hair. Ripped out my silken hair by its roots. Wrenched my children from me. Oh! It's gotta be corn, right? Silken hair? Yeah, like yeah, it's corn.
An ear of corn.
Gandalf, agreed.
That's right. An ear of corn fits perfectly.
Bravo, bravo, bravissimo! An ear of corn indeed. Can you imagine a sheep in a chartreuse gown? A pumpkin with silken hair? The fantasies of a fool. Now, on to our second riddle, and this one's sure to stump you. I cannot lie, I cannot lay, but only lie. Who am I?
I cannot lay, but only lie. I cannot lay, but only lie. lay down, and then lie like you know, like a politician would lie. A warlock, a stone. Like a stone lies on the ground, a stone lays on the ground. I don't know this one. I feel like it's not a politician. A warlock lays and lies? Just like a person can lay down and a person can lie. A stone can't lay down. I'm gonna go with a stone. Please be right.
A stone. That's right. A stone fits perfectly.
You've done it again!
Oh,
I'm
was tough.
thrilled.
I wasn't too sure
amazed.
about that one.
I'm liable to present the very last riddle. This one will blow you out of your stockings, so hold on tight.
Okay.
I've a neck as long as twice the width of a toad's tail, as many eyes as half the number of seasons per annum. I'm known to cause hurricanes in the Far East merely by taking off 2 minutes too late. Who am I?
Oh, is it a butterfly? Wait, I have a neck as long as twice the width of as many eyes as half the number of seasons. So, 2 eyes, right? There's 4 seasons. Cause hurricanes. I'm thinking like butterfly effect kind of thing. From that last sentence. If butterfly's on here, for sure, a weather vane. I mean, a butterfly.
Ooh,
We didn't voice
very
that.
Good, very good. The last person who tried to solve that riddle puffed away in a small impish huff, mumbling about space-time. But not you. You stuck it out until the very end, you crafty little so-and-so. So, what would you like to know?
The barrier.
One thing we know for certain. This barrier doesn't belong here. The wizard Maradino knew as much when he started poking around here. He developed a spell to remove it, but his fancy was caught elsewhere before he bothered to implement it.
So Maradino, we've heard about. We've read a couple of papers about him. He's in the forest somewhere, or maybe he left some stuff in the forest. He developed a spell to remove it, but his fancy was caught elsewhere before he bothered to implement it. So he's got a spell to do this.
Down the spell dropped, and up we scooped it. Unfortunately, we aren't quite human enough to get it to work. But you've proven yourself just the right sort of clever, sort of intrepid sort of person we'd love to entrust such a secret to.
So, the spell. Do we get the spell? What do you know about the White Witch?
We thought you'd never ask. What would you like to know?
Who is she exactly?
Some call her the Guardian of Lucula. And by our estimations, she's more than earned the title. She's a healing witch, concerned mostly with the safety of the living souls, animals and plants alike, of this forest. And she's been here since even before our great-great-great-great-grandmother, Francisca Toadstool the 44th, can recall. We've long lodged adjacent to her little cabin, and she used to greet us with a "How do you do?" every morning. We do hope she's not entangled in anything unsavory. What a shame it'd be if someone with a penchant for heavy-handed hoe-wielding moved in.
Do you know anything about the White Witch's involvement with the murder? Do we care about that? Let's ask.
Murder? That doesn't sound like her at all, no. Much more interested in patching things up than tearing them down, that one.
That's interesting because things are very fuzzy about the murder of Counselor Jake, right? We heard basically from Jake himself and the other lady, the healer's apprentice lady. It's very confusing about what happened in the inn. It's not clear at all. Somebody came in. There was the two people having an affair. Somebody else came in and murdered people. I don't really know what happened, but this is an interesting take. She's known to be a good person. Would she be a murderer? I don't know.
Then again, it's hard to tell on what stalk a person truly stands until you've seen them at the end of their rope. Isn't that so? We suppose if someone held a sword to our caps, we'd fight 'em with every last spore we had.
True. Where is she?
Somewhere in her cabin, as far as we know. The last we saw her, she and her apprentice Almina were rushing inside, whispering to one another. They seemed rather anxious. Perhaps they knew that those Immaculates were on their trail.
We found a spell by the wizard Meridino. It should gain us access. We found a spell. Do we know the spell? Where would that be? Okay, so I had to do it again. I had to look online. I'm so confused and frustrated by this. We need to go to the end of time. We spoke to the mushrooms. It sounded like she was going to tell us the spell.
The Starstone Seeker's return. Most fortuitous indeed, for I have been pondering over the nature of our shelter plane like a poet over his muse.
Now, Zigzax is supposed to tell us about the mushrooms so that we can get the spell to open up the witch's cabin. Very unclear. This whole thing with the witch's cabin, I think, could have been done in a slightly clearer way. Talking to the mushroom, getting the spell. From the conversation from Ikari, she gave us the spell, but she didn't give us the spell. We have to continue on. Anyway.
For now, I will refrain from entertaining, or, as the case may be, annoying you with hapless conjectures, until in the maze that is my mind, I happen to stumble upon a clue more concrete than mere theory. In the meantime, and in the interest of saving time, please tell me your thoughts about the lady you talked to in the Hall of Heroes during your previous visit.
Oh, the green lady? She seemed to recognize us and call us guardians. She said she deceived us and that we deserted her in turn.
Deceive. Desert. Your words, they ring a distant bell, but they are but pieces of the puzzle. And yet, could she be? But no, hold your chattering tongue, Zigzax. You promised you wouldn't hazard any guesses, and you'll stick to your word.
I'm wondering, I have my own guesses who she might be, if she's somebody we've heard of yet, related to the whole Brachus Rex thing. But maybe not, I don't know.
You have my thanks, friends, for indulging me. A new portal has opened, and no doubt you are as curious as I am to find out what lies beyond. Let's go and take a look.
Okay, this is not what I came here for, but let's do it.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
Okay, me too. I don't think we can talk to him normally
This
until
place
we
looks
do
rather
all this.
cozy, doesn't it? It does.
So we're in a new room.
Almost like coming home.
Why are we in a new room? I thought we needed another Starstone. Or maybe we've had one, I'm not sure.
It is true. She told me she had seen you. Yet never would I have believed her delusions until here, now. They manifest before me. You have become undeniable. The scurrilous sentinels themselves. It is miraculous, irrefutably so. But oh, how low you have fallen. Look at what you have become. What was stars have become moribund embers. You are to be pitied.
It sounds like we're some sort of reborn heroes or something like that.
Ominous fellow, that demon. And none too friendly either.
What are you doing, buddy? What is this thing? Where are we? He went in here? He's gone. We'll look at that mirror in a second. Oh, what is this? His chest. Oh, the ancient diary. And some random stuff. I would like to use the ancient diary. My fellow general. Oh, we had a quest about something about a general. That we found a book in a different room. In Victory, life has taken an unreal turn. Everywhere I go, it seems I'm revered not unlike a god. People feel grace when I look them in the eye, considering it a blessing. Children try to touch my hand or sleeve, believing it will bring them luck. The absurdity of it all is staggering. Above all, I wish I had more time to myself, some much-needed peace of mind now that peace is finally in sight. Peace of mind. The closing of the coffin was seared into my sight. The dull thud of stone on stone echoes still. You may relish in combat still, but I have lost all appetite for carnage. Now that's... yeah, a general's story. Some general. Maybe we're the general. And we're the general reborn. Another letter describes the second general's mixed feelings about after a great victory. Everywhere this commander goes, she is greeted with the utmost esteem, but she herself feels undeserving of this praise and longs for peace and quiet. Oh, it's not the same. And this one is the one that couldn't get love to fight. Is there letters back and forth? Maybe? What's in the cupboard? A feather. Bed we can probably lie down in. In this cupboard, some stew. In
This
the chest.
isn't my chest, which somehow I knew.
Is it Gandalf's chest?
This chest, I know it to be mine, but how?
Gandalf, by the way, has a couple of staffs. I've finally organized my stuff so I could find the two staffs. This is the old adventurer's staff, which we never upgraded. We are using the earth staff. Okay, that's not as good, but now I did find the astonishing air staff, 48 to 95. I mean, that's good. Let's put that on. And then maybe his... let's go like this. Yeah, let's send this maybe over to Jahan. And maybe he'll... let's see, like this. Nope. Like this. And let's see how it compares. Oh, it's the same. What does Sandre have? Okay. Let's see if we can get this done. The inventory is not... the inventory system is not great in this game. Let's go over to Sandre, and especially with a controller. It is designed for mouse and keyboard. We'll equip that. And that's good enough. Dumbledore. What just happened? How did we get hurt? Anything over here? Just stuff. Golden stuff. So this is the room of somebody. Cup at the end of time. Only valuable at the end of time. Why are we hurt? Illusionist mirror. Oh! Okay. We look great as we are. Now, where did we come in? We came in over here. We haven't even looked in the other sections. What's over this way? So maybe when we get stuck, we just go to the end of time. I probably should have done that sooner. Esteemed generals, all of Rivellon thanks you. All of Rivellon is in your debt. Gods and kings bow before you both, and it is right and proper that they do so. Even they had thought all was lost, that the world was to meet its end, but you turned the tide. Many have fallen, so very, very many, and I know you have suffered a great personal loss as well. No, generals, that I sympathize deeply, so let us meet in the Hall of Heroes, both to celebrate and to remember, to honor the living and to honor the dead. Signed, Henry, son of William, righteous king of Pharaoh. I think we can do anything with that fire. So the only thing that's over here... Hold on, let's see. On this side? No, nothing. A very big room for that one letter. Huh. Maybe we'll meet somebody in here at some point. And it's really dark. Now we have this other side. Maybe this is the other general's room? It is. So this should be Dumbledore's chest.
My old chest. Why do I remember it?
So this side doesn't have the mirror. So we're much weaker versions. It does have the bath. Can we take a bath? Interesting. Let's go back to Zigzags.
There you both are. How jolly. There's something quite astounding you must see. It's the Weaver. Thanks to the Starstone you've collected, she's mended a portion of the tapestry.
So we got a Starstone way back in maybe when where the orcs were fighting the undead, and maybe I just haven't been back here since then. Because we haven't gotten one recently.
Look, a new story has been rewoven into time. A new portion of history appears to us for the first time in not even I know how long. Let us look together. Let us see what the Weaver has woven.
Long ago, two great generals led mankind in a terrible war. The dreaded Void Dragon threatened all of existence, and man and gods alike joined swords to stop it. The two generals were celebrated as the rulers of all, and even the gods paid them tribute.
I greet you, Honorable Master of the House. I am the Shepherd of Elements, and I control how they may flock towards your most imperial presence. So, if it pleases you, command me, and the elemental aspect of your choice shall once more settle among these holy halls.
Oh. Well, Gandalf is the air guy, so we're going to go with the air elemental.
Choice, friend, the choice. You'll have to speak to the statue before we know what you'll find through the portal.
And that is your final choice?
Friend,
Yeah.
the choice.
Yes, it is.
And you know what?
Before we know what you'll
Gandalf's the
find
fire
through
guy,
the
but
portal.
it's fine.
And home.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Well, maybe I should have had them argue.
Friend, the
Thy
choice.
will be done.
We know what you'll find through the portal. I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
There's a cat. Oh, Arhu's here.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. By
Let's talk
all
about
means.
Source Hunter business.
I
Strangers in
can't say
league with
much
the
more,
orcs.
but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Let's see what he has for sale. Anything new? Yeah, novice. Nothing new. Let's pick up. These are quite expensive. These resurrection scrolls. Oh, maybe I can sell some of this. Or maybe I can have him identify some stuff. Yeah. And then maybe we can sell them. Alright, real quick. This. Oh, I don't know what that was. Holy hand grenade, we'll hold on to that. This. All this stuff we won't use. This was interesting. I picked this up. I don't know if that's going to be recorded. I was kind of wandering for a while. But a buffalo amulet, it doesn't do anything. It's worth quite a bit. But we don't really need the money right now. Let's talk to the Weaver.
How might I serve our mission?
Let's talk about the rooms I've discovered.
Threads I weave and tales I see. All will I tell.
I found a great chamber with 2 bedrooms. Do you know who it belonged to?
Can the answer be anything but you? The threads say that you slept there. You both did, until the vigil of day and vigil of night called you away. Duty. Never did you waver from your duty, never? I cannot be certain. Perhaps, just once, you failed.
So the strange woman we already know about. She's the green lady that Zigzags was just talking about. Let's talk about the demonic creature that's roaming around.
He is the instigator. He is the beginning of all ends. The birth father of death and void. Be wary of him. I know not what is fear, and yet, before him, I tremble.
Can I do anything with the weaving? I never really noticed the weaving before. So, can I talk to this guy again? We did it.
Aren't you going to
Oh!
go through? Who knows what wonder awaits you?
Oh, the Hall of Wind. The air stuff that we did.
This place is positively brimming with the surge of storm and lightning.
What
As
is
good a
going
place as
on?
any for an air elemental to set up shop.
Okay, there's not much here, so let's just keep going.
The Guardians mustn't listen to him. His every word is poison, such as no serpent has ever known.
The Guardians mustn't listen to him.
Brilliant flame, Your Grace. Even he cannot snuff it out.
Oh, but he sides with that which has no name. I know he does. He is betrayal incarnate. He tricked them once, and will try to do so
Oh, it's the Green Lady! Hold on. You know what?
I fear their will is weak. Too weak still.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Oh, she disappeared. Somebody's gonna try to convince us of something. Let's speak to Amulet.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, ow, da-da-da. Oh my. Hello. Forgive me, but you startled me. I guess my head was up in the clouds.
Very funny. Tell me about yourself.
Oh, me? Sorry. I was just thinking about what it would be like if humans ate with their noses instead of their mouths. Anyway, what were you asking? Oh, yes. I saw how breezy and blowy you'd made this place. I thought it'd be the perfect place to clear my head. But not to worry. I'll earn my keep. My stock of air spells will blow your socks off.
Okay. So if we go to trade, we'll have a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. This is good. Dumbledore knows most of these spells. Make someone invisible. Okay, that's new. Nether swap. Select two characters. One of the characters can be you. Make two characters switch places. Winds of change, I think we know. Storm, we don't know. It's a master spell. I don't think he has the skill to do that. We've kind of focused on other things. So maybe this wasn't the best choice. We've done teleportation tornado. Let's look at the ice ones. Any master... Oh no, these are scoundrel, not ice. So we won't need these. Okay. Maybe we want to pick somebody that's a higher level. All the other guys, I think, can do a master spell, but Dumbledore. Train me in air magic.
Yes. Snort that spaghetti. Oh, pardon. Yes. So, you'd like to learn to cast with the best of them, would you? Have a look.
Okay.
Toodaloo.
Alright, so we opened up a trader, basically. Ancient diary. My friend and ally, frustration is raging through me like a seething fever. Damn these politicians. They infuriate me to no end. What do I care? The war is almost won. The victory is certain. As long as a single enemy still draws breath, I will not sheath my sword. I will hunt, and I will stalk, and I will kill. I'll do what I do best. All the rest is cowardice. Diplomacy is the tool of the weak. Blind. They simply cannot see. They weren't there. The end. Sounds like the original general. Yeah, General's Tale. Source of true. We restored thread to the tapestry. Learned long ago, two great generals defeated the Void Dragon. The rulers of all. With some threads, we restored a thread. Didn't even know that was a thing. We still need to deal with the mushrooms. I guess when we find another Starstone, we'll open up a different hall and then be able to get those high-level spells for somebody that can use them. Dumbledore is only level 3. If we go to, say, Gandalf, he's level 5. So he can definitely use more powerful spells. You know what? I think we're going to stop here for today. We'll go back and we'll see if we can actually talk to Zigzags about the mushrooms and figure out how to get into the White Witch's path. This feels much more right than forcing our way into higher level stuff that we can't do yet. So, we are on the right path. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. Progress has been made, and hopefully we'll make even more next time. Take care.